On Easy. The name of this program is On Easy, and it's called On Easy because we're saying you can own a home the easy way. The reason we say that is because we can start with credit repair to get somebody credit ready so that they can in turn be mortgage ready. And so we're saying that you can own a home the easy way, from credit all the way to the closing table. We're able to help somebody to get into a home. So welcome this evening. So as we talk about the loan officer opportunity, but just so that we're not complete strangers, my name is Michelle Chambers. I am a real estate broker in Texas. I'm a real estate agent in Alabama. I'm a notary in Texas, a mortgage loan officer in all 50 states, and I'm formerly an educator for 30 years. So that'll kind of give you a little idea of who I am this evening. And again, welcome to joining us this evening. I do like to start off by saying that just like anything else in life, you got to put something in to get something out. So we're not promising anybody any amounts of money, because if you decide I'm just going to join and then I'm not going to do anything, well, you're not going to have anything. But if you come in and you're ready to work, there are plenty of opportunities to make an impact and an income with this company. And we hope that you would like to join us in this mission. Our mission is 75% home ownership for all. That number, I'll explain more about that in a little bit. You'll see on a couple more slides and you'll understand why it's called 75% home ownership for all. If you happen to see a hashtag 75 for all on anything, then that's what it's talking about, that we're talking about home ownership for everyone. And if you see here, these are our co-founders. You see George Newberry and Chet Seeley here. They were the ones that came up with this awesome idea. George started it in Chicago, and he actually started because he lost $26 million of his investment properties due to weather-related incidents. And so he decided he did not want to file bankruptcy. He was going to work it out some kind of way. He did, and he wrote a book as well called Debt Cleanse, DEBT, cleanse, like you clean something. And so Debt Cleanse was born from that, and that's where our credit repair program comes from, Debt Cleanse. Chet Seeley, the one you see in the blue, he heard about it. He's like, we can do this in all 50 states. So it originally started off, it was just credit repair, and now it has grown to where it's also a mortgage loan officer opportunity as well. So we are grateful for them and for what they've done to get us at the point that we are now. Our goal is to help 1 million families to become homeowners in the next 5 years. And you can see how we plan on doing it by looking at the 3 things across the bottom, by helping to dispute debt whenever it's needed when it comes to credit, by getting mortgage loan officers in place, such as maybe yourself if you decide to join us, and then to provide down payment assistance and financial education so that homeowners can become homeowners, but they will be homeowners responsibly and be able to keep that home. Just so you know a little bit about the credit repair program, this is what it is here. You see $149.90 one-time setup fee, and then $89.95 a month. And so if they're not ready, mortgage ready right away, they need credit help first, then we will get them into our credit repair program. And then as soon as they're ready, we're going to get them out of there and into home ownership. Just so you know what that money goes for. You see these things populating on the screen here. It's not just credit repair, as you can tell just by looking at this. It is not just credit repair. It is a credit repair legal plan, foreclosures, mortgages, credit card debt, medical debt. We can help with those things. And so you can see there's a lot of opportunity here. We do have quite a few people that stay in the program after their credit is even better because they want all these other benefits that come along with it. So it is a fantastic program to help people to get where they need to be. This also is a part of the membership benefits that they get along with being there, getting their credit worked on. And you see all these other things here. I've already mentioned attorney guided dispute letters, utility payment and credit builder reporting. So if they have their phone bill, their electric bill, and they can report it, have it reported to the credit bureau so that that can help their credit score go up as well. We do have a score simulator and tracker, so they can also put in numbers. Say if I pay down this particular account to this amount of money, what will my credit score possibly look like? So they can have all those different scenarios available to them as well. So it's a credit repair legal plan, just so that you have an idea of what that was about as we go through and talk about this. So I mentioned about our co-founders. So how did it even come about that they decided, let's do something, let's start getting mortgage loan officers in place? They looked at the racial inequality in the United States as far as home ownership was concerned. And you can see the wide gap here from the 44% to the 73%. That's a huge gap. And they realized that was a wealth gap, basically. And so they decided, we want to say 75%. We want to increase the home ownership rate to 75%. Notice that the highest over here is 73%. So we're going above and beyond that and saying we want 75% for all homeowners, anybody that's interested in purchasing a home. So how did that wealth gap even come to be? One simple word, redlining. And you see here the map there, you see that the red or the pinkish areas, they had hazardous on there. And they basically were saying minorities live in these areas. We're not doing loans to those people in that area. And between 1934 and 1968, the federal government had a fantastic idea. Let's do 30-year mortgages so more people can afford homes. So they did that. That was fantastic. But 98% of those mortgages went to Caucasian families. Nothing at all wrong with that. The problem just came because minorities were not able to take advantage of that as well. And so that's how this wide wealth gap came to be. That was 34 years of that happening. So the plan now is how can we combat that? Well, through this platform, our plan is to get as many mortgage loan officers in place as possible that are interested in making an impact and an income in the community. And so you see at the top there, we're very low to moderate income families. Those are our target people there. We'll help anybody, but those are the target people there. We don't have subprime loans. We have the standard loans, FHA, VA, USDA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, conventional. If somebody wants a $3 million home, we can do that too. We have jumbo loans. We can do that. Our goal is this, our focus is just on the low and moderate income families, because we, in a sense, want to bring hope to those people that thought maybe it's not going to happen for me. And so we're trying to bring that hope back to communities. So one thing I really like about this platform is the manual underwriting piece. A lot of times when a loan application comes into the system, it's either automatically accepted or rejected. And a lot of times when it's rejected, the lender will just see it, the loan officer just see it, and they'll say, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm sorry, sir, we can't help you at this time. Maybe it's because your credit is not where it needs to be. Just get back with us when you get your credit right, get back with us when you get your finances in order, and it's just off the table. With this platform, manual underwriting takes place. So an application gets rejected, and we're going to pull it to the side. The underwriters are going to look at it and see what can we do to try to get this family a game plan so that they can purchase a home. And we also have 203K loans, FHA 203K loans available with your rehab loans. And we can do a loan that's with a low of a score as 580, even though we encourage them to have a higher score just so they can have a better interest rate. But if they come into the program and like, well, Michelle, you said all I needed was a 580 and I could get me a house, well, we'll go ahead and get them that house and we can help them to refinance later if they're just that set on getting it right then and there. So what does it look like when it comes to the loan officer platform? And again, this is a federal platform, so it is a lot different than the state platform. You would have a loan buddy, you see here. The loan buddy is somebody that's been in the business at least 10 years or more. So the seasoned loan officer, you would be partnered with the loan buddy when you get into the system. A loan officer, that would be our job. And the three things mainly is what we'll be doing: helping the home buyer complete the loan application. That really consists of, you'll have a website with a link. You can give them that link so that they can fill out that application. You can choose to help them along the way with that, so that if they have some questions, you would have gone through training, so you'll have an idea of what all those different parts of the loan application are referring to. And then also to help them gather documents. So if they need the W-2s, bank statements, copy of the driver's license, those type of things, the buyer should be able to upload them to the portal themselves. But if they're not tech savvy, or maybe they keep taking pictures or snapshots and we just can't read it, this is not legible, then it's our job to help out, get those documents so that they can be legible, so that we can continue the process. And then thirdly, we're to answer any home buyer questions that they may have. And that's usually the big one, because it's like, okay, I haven't been in this business before, or maybe I've been in this business, but not to this extent. So how am I going to answer questions? Well, again, you will have training that's in your back office. There are some fantastic videos that you will go through about the whole home buying process, about the application form, the 1003 form itself. And this is just a fantastic training that we go through. And then on top of that, like I mentioned, you'll have a loan buddy. So you'll have somebody there that you can ask questions to. My buyer just asked me this, or what about that? And then also as a mortgage loan officer community, as a community, we work together to help each other out as well. So you'll have plenty of people to help out all along the way. You won't have to do it alone. If that's one of your concerns, is how am I going to get in this field when I've never been in it or don't know too much about it, you'll have plenty of help along the way if that's a concern of yours. And then if there's anybody that's out here that's a realtor, put an R in the chat. Or if you just know a realtor, put an R in the chat. This is something that if you talk to about 10 realtors, maybe 2 of them may know about this change that's happened in as of December 2022. A lot of people the realtors still haven't heard about it, or they'll say, no, you can't do that. As of December 2022, the FHA said that a person can be a realtor and they can be a mortgage loan officer, and they can do it on the same transaction, which is what they call, FHA calls double dipping. So you're able to do both. So a realtor can walk away from the closing table with not only one check, but two checks. And my only caveat with that, I tell everybody, you have to check with your broker to make sure that your broker is in line with that. And of course, if your broker says, no, you cannot be both of those on the same transaction, well, the broker's in charge there, so you have to go by what they say. At the same time, though, you still have good news because you'll be licensed in 50 states. So you can do 49 other states, and then you can do your own state when you're not the realtor on that transaction. I didn't see, did I see any R's or any, I didn't see any R's, no realtors, or nobody knows any realtors out there? Very interesting. Okay. So let's look at the next, keep it moving here. So as a loan officer, you'll be able to help families now become homeowners, and you'll earn commission. You'll be able to help families refinance when the rates drop and earn commission. And you'll be able to help families buy a new home when they're ready to move. They're ready to get a bigger house, get a smaller house. You can help them at that time as well. And so again, we're saying the rush is on. This is not an exhaustive list by any means. These are just some of the people that we've already had joining us in this mission. But we're looking for anybody that has a passion, have a heart to serve the community, and you want to make an impact and an income through some platform like this when it comes to home ownership. Those are the people that we're looking for in this. So if that's you, we would love for you to join us in this effort of reaching 1 million families in the next 5 years. So let's talk about money. We talked about credit repair. We talked about the loan buddy, loan officer, what that looks like. So we know we can make an impact, right? So let's talk about making an income. And then let's see here. It says loan officer income at the top. Now the commission is 1% to 1.4%. So if whatever the price of the house is or the refinancing amount, you'll multiply that by 1%. And I'm going to show you some examples of that. So remember, we did talk about that we'd have a loan buddy. So, and they're doing most of the work. Remember that slide? They had most of the items on their side of the list. So we have to help them, right? We've got to give them some of the money. So we look here on the first 10 transactions, we get 65%. The loan buddy gets 35%. The next 10 transactions, we get 75%. The loan buddy gets 25%. And then the last 21 on up, we get 85%, and the loan buddy gets 15%. Keep in mind, they're still doing most of the work, but we're getting most of the pay. So that's pretty awesome when you think about it like that. I don't know many platforms where you're doing not as much work, but you're getting more pay. That's pretty good to me. And then just for some numbers sake, so you can see if you did 3 houses in 1 month and they were at $250,000 each, your part of that, not including a loan buddy, just your part of that would be a little less than $5,000. And then of course, the more volume you have in a month, then the more money you would make, of course. Now this 100 BPS is 100 basis points. It really just means in layman's terms, 1%. So 1%, the 120 basis points is 1.2%, and the 140 basis points is 1.4%. So that would be what you would be multiplying your amount by to get those figures there. So it's an awesome opportunity, again, to make an impact and an income. Now, this next part that I'm going to show you, I'm going to ask that you put in the chat, I do not have to build a team. I do not have to build a team. I want to tell you about the next 5 or 6 slides are going to talk about building a team, which you do not have to do. But I do like to make sure that I say that first and foremost, that you do not have to build a team. I see somebody says I'm breaking up. Hopefully you can hear me a little better now. I'm hoping everybody can. But I do not have to build a team. As I talk about this next part, just humor me so that you can say that Michelle did tell me that. So I don't want you turning off because you're thinking the first thing we hear people say is, all I knew was some pyramid scheme. All I know is you don't have to do this part. You do not have to do this part. You do not have to do this part. But I will say you are leaving money on the table if you don't. But it's totally up to you. So there are 4 different avenues that you can make money from. The active way, because you're getting those home loans in, you're closing on those, people are getting into houses. There's a residual income that comes up. I will show you about that. We also have access to bonuses, and leverage income means that team type building. Now through this platform, when we're saying a team is just talking about somebody that signs up for credit repair. They're on your team. Somebody that signs up because they said, wow, I see Helen is an MLO now. I want to be one, Helen. And then Helen signs them up. Now they're on her team. So that's what we're talking about when we start saying team. Somebody that's in credit repair, or somebody that became an MLO and they've joined you that way. So as we go through, let's just look to see about some of these details on this money, on the money here. But again, it all has to do with building a team, which you do not have to do if you do not want to. Everybody starts off as an advocate through this platform. Let's say you decided somebody wanted to sign up for credit repair. You signed them up for credit repair. You get $45 automatically when they sign up for credit repair. That's half of that, basically $89.95 that they're paying. So that's your direct commission. And of course, you get more enrollees and the more money you would make at that point. And then if you go up the ranks, and depending on where you are in the rank, as to how much money you would make. So again, to be a team advocate, you only need 3 people. So you can move up to $53 per person just by having 3 people. But again, this is something you do not have to do, but it is a way to make extra income while you're waiting on closing on those home loans. And because credit always
You
goes
know,
together hand in hand with mortgage, then that's a good thing that you can be working on at the same time. Now, let's say that person you signed up for credit repair. Now they pay their next monthly payment. So now you get a residual income. You know, we have residual bills. We get the light bill every month. We get the water bill every month. Well, you can have residual income through this company. So every time they make a payment, you get paid $14, $16, depending on what your rank is in the company. And again, you don't have to do this, but it is a nice way to be able to make extra money while you're waiting on the mortgage loan side for that loan to close. Because if anybody you know about mortgage loans, it's going to take 30 to 45 days for them to close on it. So you could be making some extra money in the meantime on this side. Now, this is the bonus I was talking about. And again, this is something you do not have to do. I do not have to build a team. Keep that in mind. But again, it's an awesome way that you can make some money and pretty fast at that. If you start the program off day one, and then you say within 3 weeks, you have 3 people signed up. It could be 3 people for credit repair. It could be 3 people that want to be a mortgage loan officer because they saw you doing it, or it could be a combination of that. They signed up, you get a direct commission of $135 because remember, that's that $45 that you're going to get as an advocate. So 45 times 3. So you get that $135 because you went fast. The company says, fantastic, Shelly, we're so glad you went fast. We're going to give you an extra $150. And actually for 2022, they're giving an extra $200. These numbers have gone up for this year. And then the next 3 weeks, you got another 3 people in. Now your direct commission is $159 because your rank went up. And then now the company says, you're still going fast. Lolita, you're going fast. $150 extra for you. And again, that would be $200 for this year. And then you get 4 people in the last 4 weeks. That's 10 people in 10 weeks. So now your direct commission is $236. Again, it's higher because your rank went up. And then now instead of $200 like it was for 2023, this year is $300. So you can earn money this way and get a return on your investment so quickly this way. But again, this is not something that you have to do. It's just available to you if you would like to. And then if you decide to go this route, then when you have people underneath you and they bring 3 people in, you're going to get paid because you were instrumental in them being a part of this company and getting in there. And let's try to go fast and let's get these people in homes in the next 5 years. We got 1 million families. That's a lot of families. And these numbers actually for 2024 are actually $150. So as a sponsor bonus, you would get $150 every time one of the people that came in under you gets 3 people signed up. So again, this is not something you have to do, but it is nice money to have. And then there's a housing incentive as well. Again, you don't have to even be concerned about this if you're not interested, but the housing bonus, because we are a housing platform, the company wanted to be able to offer a housing incentive. So if you get to director status and you can see the other statuses there, then you would get this money every month for your mortgage, for your rent, the co-founder's way of saying thank you for what all you're doing and helping other people to get into homes. So that's that part of it. Let's talk about the traditional route of becoming a mortgage loan officer. This is what most people know about when it comes to traditional route. And this is what people, when they start seeing posts that we put on social media, and they'll say, no, you have to take that state exam. I know you have to take that state exam. That's got to be a scam. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that or every post I saw that says that during the day, and I understand it, it doesn't bother me because I understand how they feel about it because most people just know the traditional route. You have to complete the licensing courses, you have to pass the exam, that SAFE exam, which is, has a pretty high failure rate. You have to complete annual renewal and continuing education, and then you got to repeat it for every state you want to do that in. And then on top of that, when you go to state route, most of the time you're going to have a minimum credit score that you have to even be a mortgage loan officer. So if you don't have the right credit score, it's not even, you don't even need to sign up for a class. You don't need to try to take an exam until you get your credit right. So that's the traditional route. That's the state route. And if you try to do that in all 50 states, it's going to be a minimum of $25,000, upwards of $50,000, just depending on which state we're talking about at that time and what their particular prices are. So what we're saying, why go the state route? Get all uptight about, I gotta take this exam and I hope I can pass it and I gotta spend all this money, and you pay $110 to take the safe exam and then you don't pass it, and then you have to wait 30 days before you can take it again. And then if you don't pass it 3 times and you gotta wait 6 months before you can take it. So all those kind of things, you're going through all that drama when we have a better route for you. Can somebody just put in the chat better route? This is a better route, y'all. This is basically just the federal route. We're saying better route, but it is a federal route. So the better route, what does that look like? You sign up with us. You receive training. The training will be in your back office. As soon as you sign up, the training is available to you immediately. And then once you've done the training, you have background check. There are 2 background checks. You get a background check through the NMLS system, the Nationwide Mortgage Licensing System. That's the company that houses all the mortgage loan officers. And then also you do a background check through Capital Federal Credit Union, who we work for. Once you've done that, get your fingerprints done, then you can originate loans in all 50 states. And it's all 50, not just one state at a time, but we're talking all 50 at one time. So I love this platform. And then we have the no list. You can see there, no state license and test. No, there is no test. You do not take the safe exam. We still get people when they finish doing the training in their back office, they say, so now I'm going to take the exam. No, ma'am, no, sir, there is no exam. This is a federal route. Why is it so completely different? I don't know, other than what we've heard from the NMLS, the Nationwide Mortgage Licensing System. They said it's because the state route, when the state, people don't go to state route, the state loses money. So they just don't really mention the federal route because the state wants the state's money. So all these no's over here go into effect if you go the federal route with us. So what does that look like? $249 is what we have a promo code that makes it $249.90 right now. So basically that's like 1% of that, instead of paying $25,000 to be licensed in all 50 states on the state side, you can pay $249.90 and be licensed in all 50 states in the next 2 to 4 weeks. You think about it, you could be, by March, you could be up and going and you're already, somebody's like, what, Janae is a MLO? How'd that happen? And she can explain the whole process to them at that point. So $249.90 is the sign-up price. When you sign up, you automatically have a website, you automatically have access to your portal in your back office at that point. You do have to pay the $66.25 for the background check and NMLS. That goes straight to the NMLS system. That does not go to OwnEasy, but it goes directly to them. And then there's $89.95 a month. And again, that's up to you if you decide to do all that, if you want all these benefits or not. You can choose not to have all these benefits. That's totally up to you. That $89.95 you see here, it has to do with the legal plan because we have all the same benefits as I mentioned that the credit repair legal plan people have at the very beginning. So we get all those benefits, plus we get a little extra there. And the next month should be, I keep thinking this is February now. We're going to be you'll be a 50-state title representative as well. So you'll be able to do title services in all 50 states and mortgage loan officer opportunity. You'll have that in all 50 states. And we also have home warranty services coming soon. We're not sure exactly when yet. And maybe we have a big convention coming the end of this month. So we'll hear more about it then. But you would be able to make, with the title services, you get 20% commission on those deals. And with the home warranty, you would get $50 for every home warranty that a client takes on at that point. And like I say, the opportunities are endless. There's Note University, which is an investment opportunity. There's health insurance, low to no cost health insurance. Right now, I have health insurance through this company. I pay nothing a month for my health insurance, and I pay $26.35 for dental and vision every month. I don't know where you can beat that. I'm loving what I have there. And so you can see there are a lot of other opportunities on here as well, but there are just so many aspects of that. It's up to you to make that decision if you want to do all of that. If you say, I definitely want all those extra benefits. I want a chance for the bonuses. I want a chance for all of the residual income. Then there's a way to get that $89.95 waived. You can refer and maintain 5 people, whether they're credit repair, whether they're MLOs. Again, you do not have to do this part, but if you do, you have a lot of other benefits that are available to you at that time. And you just have to refer and maintain 5 people, whether they're members meaning that they're in the credit repair program, or whether they decide they want to become a mortgage loan officer. As long as you have 5 people, you don't pay that $89.95 anymore. And so that's kind of a brief overview of this whole platform. The reason I got involved with it is because I am a real estate agent in Alabama, and I'm a real estate broker in Texas. I wanted to be able to add this to my business, so I can kind of be a one-stop shop. So I'm loving this because of that. This is a legitimate program. We're getting 2 background checks and fingerprints done, and you're working for a federal credit union. So if that needs your mind need to be at ease on that part, then that may help out some as well. But I really appreciate you guys taking out time to come. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here. I appreciate you taking out time to come. Make sure I don't see any questions over here. Okay. I do realize that people's time is precious. Now, right now, it's almost 8:30 Central Standard Time, so you've spent 30 minutes of your life here with me, this strange lady that you maybe don't even know, because you wanted to hear about this platform. And I'm grateful that you've taken that time to hear about it, because our goal is to educate and let people know that this platform is available, that is out there, and that if you're interested in it, we would love for you to partner with us. Maybe you want some more answers first. We'll get back with whoever invited you to this platform tonight. Ask them those questions, get with them, talk to them about it, and see if this is something that for 2024 is going to be great for you. We would love to have you if so. And again, we are available to answer any questions that you may have to help you to make that decision. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you for taking our time this evening. God bless you guys.